Good evening, everybody. Welcome. This is Debbie Singleton with Stampin' Up. I'm an independent demonstrator. I apologize. My doorbell just rang. I need to go get something. I apologize. I will be right back. I'm supposed to leave it, so I'm so sorry. So sorry about that. Sorry about that. Anyways, good evening, everyone. Welcome to my Monday Night Lives. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I know I sure did. I got the privilege to have my granddaughter for most of the weekend, part of this Saturday and some of Sunday. So that was always such a pleasure. Hi, Jessica. Nice to have you. And it was so nice to have Haley. We so much enjoyed her. Thank you for letting us have her for the weekend. We had so much fun, and I'm hoping she had fun. It sure sounded like she had a lot of fun anyways. Hi, Mom. Thanks for joining. She sure jibber jabbered as usual and was bouncing around here like usual. So that's always a good indication that she's had fun. So it was her idea to go to the rock climbing gym. So of course, Fopa had to take her to the rock climbing gym. Oh, good. I'm so glad she loved it. Yeah, she informed us Saturday night that she wanted to go to the rock climbing gym. So of course, we don't say no anytime she wants to go do something and have fun. So we said, but we just don't have a whole lot of time to spend there because we needed to get her back, get her fed, and get her out, get her to dance. So they only had an hour and a half to spend there. So, but she still had so much fun. So I'm so glad. And then of course we just relaxed Saturday night when we got her back home and just hung out. And then we went to dinner. I suggested that we go to dinner with the sharks and the flamingos, and she thought that was a blast. So she had so much fun there too. So we just had a great, wonderful weekend. So it's always nice to spend any time we can with her. So it was super fun. So I'm glad we got to do that. So well, it's Mother's Day, like right around the corner, which I don't know, it kind of snuck up on me, which I'm thinking it snuck up on everybody else. So I thought I would make a Mother's Day card. And I haven't really ordered from the new catalog yet. I did order my colors. So I ordered paper, I ordered the ink pads, and I ordered the pens. And that's just about all I've really ordered so far. I'm kind of behind in ordering. However, there are some things that carried over from all of our other um, catalogs, our fun little catalogs that have carried over into the new catalog. And one of the things that I'm going to use tonight, which is the Painted Poppies set carried over. So that's what I'm going to use for our card tonight, as well as Celebrating You also is coming over. So that's what I'm going to use. But I'm going to use one of the new colors actually in the paper and in the Stampin' Pad. So that will be fun. And they always pick 5 colors that they bring to the new catalog. You can order out of the new catalog. I believe tomorrow is the first day everybody can order from the new catalog. I did send out new catalogs, so if you haven't received a new catalog and you've ordered from me, let me know and I can send you one. I've tried to send out everybody a catalog. So one of the new colors is called, they actually picked some really fun names for these two colors. This is called Sweet Sorbet. It is a pink color, of course, but it is really pretty. But isn't that a fun name? Sweet Sorbet. Fun name. So, and it is kind of a pink color. So, of course, everything is all in the pinks. And this ribbon that they actually, all the new ribbons are sparkly. Isn't that fun? So, I had to use the ribbon too. And then, of course, the stamp pad, the stamp color is also called Sweet Sorbet. So, everything, as all of our colors and everything that comes out new, all coordinates. So, everything Sweet Sorbet. Stamp pad, then we also have markers. So we also have Stampin' Blends and then the markers. So all those match too. They're all called Sweet Sorbet. We're not going to use those, but so the card we're going to make, oops, I buried it. Our Mother's Day card. You can't tell probably in the picture because it just in the camera it never shows up, but it is kind of sparkly. And so I'm going to show you how we made it sparkle. When the new jewels. So we have new in color jewels. They're 2021 to 2023 in color opal rounds. I used those as well. And so they have all the new colors in them too. So I used those. That's what those are. So, but you probably can't tell that this is kind of sparkly. So I made it sparkle. So instead of coloring, so instead of using our Stampin' Blends to make this colors, I used our Wink of Stella and I colored it. So I'm going to show you how to do that, but I didn't want to spend, it took me quite a bit of time to color all of these. So I didn't want you guys to have to sit here and watch me sit here and color that. So I kind of cheated and colored some, but I'm going to do a little bit of coloring so you can see how I did that with this brush. It's super cool. So first thing we did was I cut the I haven't learned it yet. So sorry, Sweet Sorbet, and that's typical. I did it just normal. So it's our 8.5 by 5.5 and scored it up 4 1/4. So we're gonna just use that. And our normal one. There's my little, just crease that just so that it's got a bit of a crease. So I'm gonna switch you. Didn't switch. Why did you not switch? There we go. And then set that aside. Then I did a basic black, and that's 5 1/4 by 4. And then the piece that's going to go on top of the black that we're going to stamp, that is 5 by 3 3/4. And then we needed a piece on the inside because the pink sorbet you really can't write on. So that's 5 1/4 by 4. And I also stamped on the inside as well, but I'm not going to make you watch me do that too. I know, Jessica, isn't that super pretty color? It is going to be a beautiful color to use. Absolutely beautiful. And in person, it's actually prettier than it shows here. So, all right. So what I did was I kind of cheated. So I'm going to show you how I stamped first. So I'm going to take this, like if we did this, this is the 5 by 3 3/4. So here's the big piece that we're going to stamp. And I always like, since it's so big and bulky to stamp, I always like to take my stamp pad and stamp the stamp pad on the stamp because it's just much easier to use. So this is why I wanted to show you, but I'm not going to color everything. So, and then to get the one single one, I also did the same thing. So I used my stamp pad and then I colored on it. Since it's smaller, you could stamp on it, but it's just a lot easier to use this. And this is our Memento Black. It just is easier just to stamp on here. And then you can see if you've got enough color on here, if you need more, if you've got all the areas, it's just a lot easier. And I took and I stamped this piece first so that I knew where to stamp my other color, my bigger one. So I wanted this to be not super close to the edge, but I'm going to give it a little bit of room, and then I wanted it all the way to the bottom so that all the edge at the bottom was at the bottom. So we're going to stamp that. And then we're going to stamp this big stamp. And again, we're going to do that all the way as close to there and at the very bottom as well. There we go. Now you could leave a space. It's entirely up to you. You know, but in the garden, since I don't have something to put there, so I feel like in the garden there probably wouldn't be a space unless you put something there. So I re-inked this, and when it goes, it's going to be over here. So I inked it a little bit more over here, not all actually over there, and just stamped it off. So we're going to stamp again close to this side and toward the bottom. That way it surrounds this bigger flower. Again, you could leave it blank. You could fill a space. We do have a set in the new catalog that is called potted something, and you could put a big pot there so it looks like it's potted, but I don't have it. So and then I couldn't figure out how to make a pot. Cut it out because I am not free-handed good enough to make a pot my own self. I did think of that. I thought that'd be kind of cool, but I couldn't freehand cut a pot out, so I couldn't do that. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for joining. Oh, I'm so glad. So if you can freehand cut one or a little bit later, I'm going to get the little potted thing. That would be super cute to put in there too. Okay, so since that's how you can cut that out. And then I'm going to show you how you can color these in. So you could do a couple different things. You can mush this down, and then that will get your color in there, or you can take the refill to color this and just dot it in there. Either way, it works. And then our Winka Stella. So I saw this lady do this on YouTube, and it was so cool. And I did this with one of my other ones, and this is gonna make this be all that glittery, and I just loved it. So I just color in here, and then you get to color in the leaf in here, and you can make it as dark or as light as you want. I just thought it was so super cool. And then it'll make it sparkly because this Winka Stella is sparkly, so that'll make it all sparkly. So I already did almost all of this because it took me, like I said, forever to color these in. So I was like, okay, you guys don't want to sit here and watch me color all these in. So I did almost all of them so that you don't have to. But you can make them like dark down here at the bottom and then make them lighter as they petal out. I mean, there's so many different things you can do with the flowers, just whatever your little heart desires to do. Again, it's your flowers. You can, make them however you want. But when it dries, it makes them all sparkly, or if you don't want them sparkly, you can use our Stampin' Blends and color them, and then they'll just be the colors also. So you could do them either way. Either way works. It just makes them all pretty. But I thought sparkly made them, just gave them a little bit more depth, and just thought that made them look super cute. So, hi, Haley. Thanks for joining me. You're liking the pink too? So, oops, this big one needs to be a little bit darker down here. So see, the more you put on there, the darker it gets. And as you go up, it gets lighter. So darker down here, just a little bit. This is such a pretty color, this sorbet. Our new colors are beautiful. We have two beautiful blues too. Oh my goodness. This pink is gorgeous. Okay, I think I got them all now. Okay. And then I did the leaves. I actually colored the leaves with our Stampin' Blends. And I used, which one did I pick? The dark Granny Apple Green. I thought that was nice. Super simple. Just colored that in. Let's check it up. And then did the that's it. That's all the coloring, although yeah. Okay, now we're ready. So then for the sentiment, I did Happy Mother's Day, and that I got out of the Celebrating You. And I took I saw this, I pieced this card together because I just had this idea that it was going to be super cute to do this. So I'm going to stamp this on a scrap piece of white. And then yep. And I'm going to cut it out. Well, I'm going to punch it out with our cloud punch. Maybe if I get this in here right. All right. I'm going to just punch it out. And then I thought, white on white. I didn't want the white on white. So then I thought I'm going to punch out two clouds out of the Sweet Sorbet and surround it with the white. And make kind of a little border out of it. So just kind of glue this together so I have enough glue in here. I almost didn't last night. So just kind of want this to be sitting down here. Oops. I have it upside down. Well, it worked better yesterday when I did it. I had it turned the wrong way today. Oops. There we go. That's the way I want it. No. Why is it? That's the way I want it. There we go. There we go. All right, and then this one I want to go this way. There we go. Had enough glue for it to stick. I just want it to wrap. I just want it to outline it. There we go. And then I'm gonna. There we go. I'm going to put some. Oh, where's my dimensionals? There we go. Some dimensionals on it, and it'll be just fine. Yeah. Just one more on there. Yep. Okay. There we go. All right, now let's put that on our black piece and make that pop out. I first just had the white on the sorbet, and I thought, oh, we need a little bit something. So I put it on the background of this piece of black, and I thought, oh, that really popped that out nicely. That really made that stand out. Really pretty. And then you can't see in them, that really sparkles. Now we'll put that on our card base. Now I'll even sparkle some more. And then add our sparkly ribbon. Okay. Stop that pen. All right. And then I did the inside piece already. Then I thought that just really tied that all together as well. You can write, still have room to write a little something. Again, it took a while to color, but I just think that that really looks super nice. That kind of ties that all together. Okay, that just really kind of flows all together. Then I'll make a little bow. This ribbon, look at this ribbon. That is super sparkly and super cute. Oh my goodness, that is so cute. They really outdid themselves with this new line of colors. And it's all the new ribbon is sparkly. It is all beautiful ribbon. So we'll make our bow. And it's really easy to work with. I love that you can just really make bows with it easily. Put a glue dot on it. Where my little tool went. It was here on my desk, but I don't know where it went. Cool. And then we'll put our little rhinestones. Oh, there it is. There we go. Here is our card. Happy Mother's Day. And again, this sparkle just shines and makes it just look, I don't know if I can put it up closer. No. But an easy card, but it really is very nice. Again, I just kind of pieced it all through together. Someone's going to feel low when they get that card. Yes, they will. Oh, and you like the ribbon. I know it does. It sparkles and glitters. I mean, this ribbon is just beautiful. And all the colors, it is sparkly and glittery. So yeah, it is. So, and Mom, you agree with Sarah. I know they will love this card. So yeah, I mean, it is super pretty, and I was I was glad it's super easy to make too, and I really enjoyed doing it. So, but thank you so much for joining me, and I'm glad it turned out. I had an idea in my head, and sometimes the ideas when you start putting them together, they don't always turn out, and you have to start over. So, but I'm glad this one had turned out when I did it yesterday. So, but thanks for joining me, and we will see you next week. And then after that, I will be off because we on the 14th will be flying to Orlando to go to Disney World, which I'm super excited. So yes, I can't wait to be on vacation for a whole week. But anyways, I will hopefully see you guys next Monday. You guys all have a great week, and we will see you. Thanks for joining. Have a great night. Bye-bye.